You've talked about the world going back onto a gold standard before. What do you say to the people who say that gold is a barbaric relic from the past that doesn't work in a modern economy? They can't go around with pockets full of doubloons to buy cars or chests full of treasure to buy houses.
Such people are not thinking rationally and are economically ignorant. As always, we should start with a definition. What is money? The short answer is that it's a store of wealth and medium of exchange. For reasons we've discussed and as Aristotle outlined over 2,000 years ago, gold is simply the best form of money ever adopted. And in our modern world, you don't have to physically cart the stuff around. You can, but you can also transfer ownership of physical gold electronically, through third-party services.
Okay, so you see this trend being bullish for gold, clear enough. But most of the gold ever produced in the world still exists in purified form in various vaults around the planet. Gold doesn't get used up like silver does, so there's plenty of supply. So, would the physical need for gold as money really impact the price of gold and related equities, or would that be more a function of governments further debasing their currencies?
Well, it's estimated that there are some 6 billion ounces of refined gold in human possession around the world, or somewhat less than 1 ounce per person. Global gold production is said to be about 80 million ounces a year, or about a 1.3 annual increase in the supply of gold. That would be the steady, natural rate of inflation if we were on a gold standard. The amount of various currency units in the world is increasing at a much faster pace than 1.3%. Nobody really knows, not even the Fed, but depending on how you define the money supply, it would take $10,000 to $50,000 or more per ounce to back all of the dollars in existence with gold. Whatever the correct number is, I expect gold's price in dollars to increase dramatically as the world moves closer to and eventually adopts a gold standard.
What do you say to the people afraid that in a world so traumatized as to go back onto a gold standard, the risk of owning any paper asset, including gold stocks, would be too high? No one will trade gold stocks for a can of dog food in a Mad Max world.
That's a valid concern. You can't eat paper, and even owning shares in a gold mine may not be of much use in a real economic cataclysm. The U.S. government shut down gold mining during World War II as a non-essential industry. It could happen again. But that's why, as you said, we own gold for prudence, and the stocks are strictly speculative vehicles. But let's have some perspective. The security of your stock portfolio may become the least of your concerns if the U.S. starts a war with Iran that touches off World War III. If that happens, the U.S. government and population will both turn hysterical, and the whole country will be locked down like a prison. What was once America will become even more of a police state than it is now. Who knows where that would end? So, one of the most intelligent things you can do is, as I've been saying for years, diversify your assets and your physical presence internationally. Having some place you like to spend time off the beaten track, where you can ride the storm out, should be top priority for everyone who can afford it. Preparing for the worst at home should be top priority for those who can.
Would you care to put odds on war between the U.S. and Iran?
I'd say it's highly probable within the next 2 to 4 years, say, between 50% and 75% that an actual shooting war will break out.
Not much time to prepare. I sure hope everyone is doing what they can.
Me too.